Hi family, you're welcome to Naname's classroom. Remember, here we say knowledge is power. So tell yourself you're going to acquire power. We are still back to my geography class. Yesterday we were looking at settlement. And I explained to you what a settlement is. So we got to a conclusion that a settlement is a place where you and I will live. Then we also recapped that before one can decide to go and live in a place, they have to look for what? A site. Before you decide that you want to settle here or you want to make here the place where you are going to live, you have to look for what we call what? A site first. So I explained that a site is the exact piece of land, the actual piece of land on which a settlement is found. So that land on which that settlement is located or that settlement is found is what we call what? A site. When we say settlement, I don't want us to focus on only where we are living, the building or our homes, houses that we live in. Being a hotel, being a school, everything falls under what? A settlement. So that exact piece of land where the settlement is located or found is what we call what? A site. People put certain things into consideration before they choose what? A site for themselves. For instance, I'm a teacher. I will not be looking for the criteria that will help me to maybe choose a site or a land where I'm going to build my settlement or where I'm going to build, have my school or whatever it is that I will check for proximity, the distance maybe from that place to my workplace. That is what I will look for. I can also put into consideration maybe flooding, where I feel like, okay, with a flood here, I can't be able to live there. So people have different reasons why they decide to choose a site. If the person is a farmer, definitely is going to check for the fertility of the soil. Is the soil around that area where my farmland is going to be, is it going to be fertile or not? They will check the fertility, the porosity of what? Of the soil before they will decide to what? To live in a place. People have different sicknesses. Other like warmer climate, other like cooler climate. So people also check the climatic condition of the place. That is the weather condition of the place. They check to see, okay, this place, it is what? How do I put it? It is colder, so it is not going to be good and convenient for me because I'm asthmatic, I have heart issues, I have this, so I can't be able to live there. But rather we'll look for what? Warmer places where they are going to what? They are going to live. So all these are put into consideration before somebody will decide to choose what? A site. Not only that, others look at the gradient of what? The land. Steeper slope and gentle slope. You know that when the slopes are steeper, it's gonna be what? A hill. So the person will decide, can I be able to live on a hill? Maybe I'm driving, maybe I'm hiking or what? They decide to choose that site. Most people, I'll put it in a way that they actually, especially if the person is an athlete, will have to have what? A steeper slope than what? The lower what? Plains. So all that are put into consideration before people will choose what? A site. Some people also like flat plains, especially close to the beach and all those areas. They love it because they want to be close to an ocean. They want to feel the ocean breeze. They want to feel that serenity. So some will decide to choose that side. So that is what we were looking at yesterday. Today too, we are going to continue our lesson. We are going to look at what we call a situation. So when we are saying what is a situation, let's come to language. What is your situation means your condition, isn't it? So your situation becomes what? Your condition. What is a situation? Situation is the location of a settlement in relation to the surrounding area. So the situation is what? A location of a settlement in relation to the surrounding area. So the land, the site itself, then every other thing that is surrounding the place to make, okay, this is the site, this is the area. That is what we call what? A situation. So some of the factors that influence the situation of a settlement includes roads, most especially that area you are. The situation can be what? Road. Okay, we live here, but road is a problem. The roads are not tar roads. They are mostly rocky. So it's very difficult for the taxis to reach here. If the roads are not easily accessible in case of emergency, it's very difficult for us to get what help. So people put that into consideration. Another one is what? Railways, harbors, and what? Airport. Let's say that settlement is for mining or for industries. When industries manufacture, definitely they have to transport their goods from one place to what? To another. So they put into consideration what? Transport system like railways. Okay, when our things are manufactured, when we get this side, then we build our industry on it, which becomes a settlement. Are our goods going to be easily what? Taken to where? The place, to the market area. So they have to check for what? Railways. Others also need harbors, especially for shipping and what? Logistics. To decide, okay, because there's a harbor here, let's have this industry here. Make it easier so that we cut down transport what? Cost. Not only that, others look at airport, another means of transportation through the airport. At the airport closer in that area, especially logistics and transportation, take a huge amount of money from what? From the industries. So they try this and they check before they decided, okay, if I get my site here, these are the situations that surrounds what? That site I need to consider. Another one is distance to settlement and what? And market. Yes, very importantly, where your site is, you are going to check, okay, I chose here to live here, but is the place close to other settlements? You should know schools, banks, hospitals, shopping malls, are they closer to that area? People check that. That becomes what? A situation. When you are putting all those things into consideration, it becomes what? A situation for you, because you might not live in a place where you need even one loss, a scarcity commodity. I don't know, even says things which are not tangible. Tangible goods, intangible goods like bread becomes a problem for you to what? To get. So they put that into what? Into consideration. Another thing that they look at is what? Access to resources and what? And services, especially access to resources. Are resources readily available for you? Availability of what? Is water there? Water and sewage, is it easy to find it there? Another one is school. You check all the services provision, not in a place where you are living where there's no services provider. You have to travel long distance to get a bank, to access a bank. You have to travel long distance to access medical assistance. You have to travel long distance. All these are put into consideration before they decide, okay, this is where I am going to settle. So that is the difference between the site and what? A situation. That is determines what? A settlement of what? Of a place. Let us recap so that it makes it easier for us to what? To understand. What is site? I say site describes the point at which a settlement is what? Located. Where the settlement is located, I said is site. Then what is the situation then? Situation describes where the settlement is located in relation to the surrounding features. How does they relate with each other? You chose the place. How does it relate with what? With each other. All the things that is found in that area. For us to describe that site is what we call what? The situation. So factors I said in site includes the relief. That is the land. Is it steep or gentle? Also the soil, we look for fertility and porosity. Check it. Another one is water supply. Is there water supply readily available? Another one I did mention is what? Looking at how do I even put it? Looking at what? The aspect. Aspect means what? Aspect is the direction in which a sun faces. You see that? So is the sun directly over the land, the site, so that you can easily have what? Access to what? It. Or it is in the shadow. If it's in the shadow, it means that place you are going to what? Have your settlement is always going to be what? Is going to be cold. Then for the situation, these are the factors that we normally would look at. The mountains, the rivers, communication networks like roads, etc. So it is the situation of a settlement that determines whether it will grow from a small village into what? A large town or what? Or city. So you are going to see the situation of the area before you be able to say, okay, this site I'm going to buy, is it in future, is it going to grow to become a bigger town? a conurbation, a city or not. It will determine that. So that is how people choose what? The site in which they live. Thank you so much for joining me in my class today. Remember, you can share the page, learn, and give others chance to also learn. Thank you so much and have a blissful day. Bye.